Hey, just a quick lunchtime video here. Got to get back to work here in a few minutes, but I just wanted to make a post. It's maybe mostly for me, but for any of you out there that it resonates with as well. My name is Brady Frost. I'm an author. I am also a civil servant. So I know that we've all been hearing a lot about government workers and all the stuff that's been going on, and Doge this and Doge that, and mid-level bureaucrats, whatever. I have served my country as a veteran and as a civil servant for a combined total of a little over 20 years. I have worked on programs that have connected very deeply with me, uh, and I have the honor of serving for some of those programs now. And it's hard to live in this environment, but it's one of those wake up calls, I guess, that you get in life. And I, I suppose in some ways, I consider myself blessed right now to be facing such difficult times professionally. So, a little bit about me. Yes, as an author, I have written 2 books on my own. I've co authored one with my son. Still very new in my writing career, but I've been writing for a very long time. I just turned 45 yesterday. Maybe that's why I'm reflecting on these things. I've just kind of like hitting that midlife stride and being like, you know what? The last few years, like the last 5 years, have been tough for a lot of us, I think. And realizing that following my dreams has been a struggle, and it's going to get worse because, with the Doge cuts and everything, one of the things that's been going on, maybe you're not aware, maybe you are, is that a lot of folks I've been offered what's called DRP, delayed resignation program. And anybody who wants to say, "Hey, look, I'm holding up my hand. I will quit at the end of September. You just pay me until then, and I'll leave." It's been hounded out pretty indiscriminately. The first time it went down, we had nobody raised their hands, and believe me, I was tempted. I was so tempted because I would love to write full time. I also love the programs I support, but at the end of the day, if the government doesn't want us to serve anymore, um, it's kind of hard to do your job. It's kind of hard to serve the programs that you support. Yeah, uh, but I'm not ready. I don't feel ready yet. I don't feel like I can get out there and as the main income provider for our family, to put so much weight on my dreams. I'm not ready to do that yet. And so no, like the first time it rolled around, I said no. Second time it rolled around was really tempting, but not just for me. Not just for me. We lost 1/3 of our branch, and we also lost our director. So yeah, pretty crazy stuff. And those the what did you do last week emails, the 5 things you did last week emails that maybe you've heard about in the news. That's been interesting. Things are never as easy as they sound. Uh, I'm learning. My first 5 bullets, I had to get them pre-approved by that director who is now taking the delayed resignation program 2.0. They said that they were too in depth, and one of the things that was mentioned was some of the things that you all have been working on have been pre-work. We're not authorized to do that work yet. Yeah, I don't work at USAID. If you look me up on LinkedIn, you're not going to find where I currently work. I haven't updated that. So that was rough. It was rough to hear that some of the things that people have been doing, not necessarily not myself, but it was pre-work, pre-authorized work, and that person's leaving. So no, I had to rewrite my bullets, make them much higher level, not as detailed. I have no idea what's going to happen in the next few weeks to few months. So when the delayed resignation program 2.0 rolled around and we lost a third of our branch, I was so close to raising my hand. But again, I didn't feel ready. Now I don't think I have a choice. I'm not quitting, but when we get our reduction in force or RIF notices, I'm prepared to possibly be one of those people that gets riffed. And the choice might not be mine to make anymore. Now, I'll get severance based on my time of service and my age. But I might be thrown into the fire. And while I'm so upset on some levels, again, like I'm considering these things and I've wanted nothing more than to be a full-time author. I just never gave myself permission. And I can't make that leap because if I fail, if not enough of my books are sold, if I can't write fast enough, we could lose our house. We might not be able to pay for our kids' education and all the things that are important to me, all the things that I invested so much into my career. So I know I'm rambling a little bit, but I guess what I'm trying to do is walk myself through this process, this thought process, and maybe I hope this helps some of you. I had I had one of the most secure jobs possible as a civil servant. That's one of the things, right? Your job is going to be secure. No, no. We've had I've worked through a pandemic as emergency essential. Didn't take a single day off for COVID. Not a single one. Mission critical. As a few years after I first came on, we got sequestration during the Obama administration. I've had to work through balance issues, budget issues, where a lot of civil service employees went home and they didn't know, how long it was going to be before they got back pay. I worked for weeks not knowing when I was going to get back pay while working. Yeah. It has not been an easy ride. And on my side, I have completed 2 master's level degrees. I have a master's in cybersecurity, and then I have an MBA. I've done that while working full time to support my family. And I get to this point in my life, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I worked so hard to progress my career in the wrong direction. My dream is to be a full-time author. I would love look, I have this microphone right here that I'm not using. I would love to do voice acting and to do that, but there's not enough time in my day. And I've spent so much time worrying about this career that ultimately hasn't worried about me or my interests or whatever. And a lot of that's my own fault because I overthink things. I have a lot of anxiety. I haven't done a very good job of leaving work once I leave the workday, right? It stays in my brain and I worry about it and I try to figure out how I'm going to do things. And that's a lot of that's on me. I need to do better. So no matter, how you feel about all these Doge cuts and how it's impacting the government and how things are going to play out in the next few months, it doesn't really matter. The whole point of this whole video is that I need to start focusing on myself and my dreams and my family. So this is a dedication that when the workday ends, it ends, and I start working on my dreams. I hope you do too.